Hey everyone, today I'm going to share my top 10 favorite places to stop and eat while traveling around the United States. If you're planning a trip, these are some places to add to your itinerary, and I tried to spread them out evenly across the country, so you're likely to be close to at least one or a few of these places. I've been traveling around the US for the last few years now, and I've definitely found some really awesome food stops. This video goes out to Walterific, who suggested this topic on my Patreon page, and we're going to jump in right after this. You can probably already guess number one if you've watched all of my videos. I've mentioned it a few times, and that is Dutch apple pie at Julian Pie Company in Santa Isabel, California. Their pie is incredible, and you can even see them preparing the apples and making pies while you wait for your food. This is a place I will often go out of my way to visit, and for sure, anytime I am nearby, I always take the time to stop and eat a slice or two of their Dutch caramel apple pie. That's my favorite one, especially with whipped cream. Spot number two, and in no particular order, this is a pizza place in New York. It's called Linda's Riverside, and it's in Kings Park, New York on Long Island. Their pizza is awesome and definitely worth a visit if you find yourself on Long Island at any point. Just plain cheese is great, or any other toppings, they're all good. I know Long Island isn't necessarily a place to visit unless you have a good reason to be there, but Long Island can be very pretty, and there's actually some really great riding on the North Shore and out east, like Montauk for example. If you find yourself on Long Island, definitely get some bagels too. Something about the dough in New York just seems to really stand out from the crowd. Number three on the list is in my own backyard. It's my favorite barbecue spot. There are a ton of good barbecue places around the US, but this one stands out as my favorite, and it's won a bunch of awards. It's called BBQ, and it's in Phoenix, Arizona. You really can't go wrong here. The ribs are incredible, and the brisket and the pulled pork too. It's all good here, and definitely worth a visit if you're riding around the Phoenix area. This next one a friend of mine introduced me to, and I probably never would have found it without him. It's key lime pie at a place called Bob Roth's New River Grove, and it's in Davie, Florida. This place has a bunch of fresh fruit and fruit drinks, but the key lime pie stands out. I've tried key lime pie at a bunch of different places in southern Florida and in the Keys, and this was definitely my favorite. It's near Miami, and if you're in the area or heading to the Keys, you should definitely stop here for a slice of key lime pie. This next one was a little tough to narrow down, and that is my favorite place to stop for coffee. There are a bunch to choose from, and I've discovered a lot of really great coffee spots around the US. My top favorite place for coffee is of course in the Pacific Northwest, and it's CC's Motor Coffee Company in Newberg, Oregon. It's a motorcycle themed coffee shop, and it's got a great vibe, and the coffee is delicious. It's a cool place to hang out and meet other riders and enjoy your favorite coffee drink. I personally go for a double shot of espresso or a cappuccino. Number 6 is my favorite steak and cheese sub place, and it's called Marcello's in Whitman, Massachusetts. I've been going there since I was a kid, as it's close to where I grew up. I get mine with diced pickles, mayonnaise, and mustard, and they are awesome. I always make sure to stop there when I'm in Massachusetts visiting family. All their food is good, but the steak and cheese subs are my favorite. There's actually a lot of really good steak and cheese sub spots in Massachusetts, and they're all worth checking out, but Marcello's is my favorite. Number 7 is Fudge from Wall Drug in Wall, South Dakota. This is a cool place to check out anyways, and the Fudge is a great bonus. It's a bit of a tourist trap, but it's an interesting and quirky place to visit, and it's fun. It's also really close to the Badlands National Park and the Black Hills of South Dakota. Wall Drug is a massive gift shop with lots of cool displays and statues. The Fudge shop can be a little hard to find in the vast array of stores, but I'm sure if you ask, someone will point you in the right direction. All their fudge is good, but I prefer the one with caramel on it. I have a bit of a sweet tooth if you didn't already know that about me. My favorite tacos, coming in at number 8, again in no particular order, is tacos from Tacos Tijuana in Las Vegas, Nevada. They're the closest to authentic Mexican street tacos that you can get on this side of the border. I always go for the al pastor, which is the pork they cook on a big wheel and shave off to make the tacos. The Carne Asada is great too, and they have a pretty decent selection of other Mexican foods. I like the way they cook it right in front of you. It's a very authentic experience all around. I've been known to go out of my way to stop here, and I'm personally not a huge fan of Las Vegas, but this place is worth dealing with the traffic of a big city just to get some of their tacos. Number 9 is burgers, and this one is the Haunted Hamburger in Jerome, Arizona. The burgers are good, but the view is incredible, especially if you sit at the view bar outside facing the valley below. If you're coming to Arizona, you absolutely must visit Jerome, Arizona, an old mining town dangling in the mountains. And while you're there, you might as well stop and try the burgers at the Haunted Hamburger. The barbecue place down the street is great too, but the view is better at the Haunted Hamburger. Number 10 and the final restaurant is seafood. Whether it be fish and chips or lobster or whatever you prefer, for New England seafood, the place to go is the Lobster Shack at Two Lights in Cape Elizabeth, Maine. Good food with good views of the rocky coastline. It's a must visit in New England. It's only a few hours from Acadia National Park, so if you're visiting that park, then I suggest you add this to your itinerary. And those are my 10 favorite places to stop for food around the United States. If you think I missed something or if you have any suggestions of your own, drop them in the comments below and I'll be sure to check them out while I'm traveling around the United States. There really are a lot to choose from. I've been fortunate enough to have taken a few laps around the United States and I've eaten some really great food. Thanks again to Walterific for suggesting this video topic. I had a lot of fun putting this list together and reminiscing on all these great restaurants. Anyways, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.